Hi, Jeannie. Welcome to Wake Up with Marci.
Hey, Marci. Hi, how are you? Thanks for having me on the show.
I'm excited to have you on the show. So, innovation in the workplace. Things are changing in
Absolutely.
2021.
Very much so.
So, let's talk about some new technology that's going to be introduced in 2021.
Yeah, we made this crazy race in 2020 to digitize everything to support a completely remote world. And I think we got the key efforts done, but in 2021, we've had the opportunity to create some fantastic new technologies, both from a financial perspective and a health perspective that are going to give us more options in the workplace. From a health perspective, there are apps out there that are being introduced that allow voice recognition over whether you have COVID or not. And it sounds crazy, and I know most places aren't accepting that as a legitimate test, but now you can speak into your app and it will identify whether you positively or potentially positively have COVID, which allows you to keep yourself safe, decide if you need to go in for a test, and keep people in the workplace safe with you if you're one of those essential workers. So key technologies as we wait for the vaccine to come out. On the financial front, though, we're
Uh-huh.
looking at digital paychecks. And I know that sounds silly and it sounds like it might not be a big deal, but so many people are used to getting a traditional paper paycheck, and companies have had to rebuild their back end systems to support payroll that's done all digitally from the payroll person down to the employee. And the employees love that. So, solutions that provide on demand pay and immediate access as you earn it are really helping bridge that financial gap that we're seeing.
That's incredible. So, how about equity and inclusivity? How is that changing in the workplace?
So much more important than it's been ever in our lifetimes and really exciting. We at DailyPay, we've done studies that show that 1 out of 6 employees are actually looking into a company's diversity programs, how inclusive they are, and they're looking into ERGs, employee resource groups, to find out how employees are supporting and celebrating who we are as people, our ethnicities, and really looking at pay equity as a role as well. So it's a great time and a great message for employers to really step up to the plate and take a look at everything that's happening internally. So it's fantastic.
Incredible. Yeah. So, what about
Mhm.
this remote trend? Is this going to continue?
Oh, absolutely. There's about 50% of the workforce working remotely right now. And the expectation is, even as the vaccines come out, we're going to stay at a permanent 25% of a remote workforce.
Mm.
However, if you ask employees, and at DailyPay, we did ask employees from all different companies, 80% of them said they would prefer to stay remote most of the time, if at all possible. People are looking for the ability to manage their lives based on their personal needs. And I think that's going to stick with us now. It's not going back.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm a big fan. I think that missing the interaction with others is part of it, but it is more positive to be at home, and there's a lot more benefits, it seems, and it's
Absolutely.
possible. So, well, let's talk about Zoom. Here we are on Zoom. I mean, how
Yep.
do we keep our employees from burning out, from being on? My husband's on Zoom all day. What are we doing?
Right. Well, the Zoom fatigue is real. The remote working fatigue is real. And employers really need to step up and understand that. We've done so much at our company to make sure that people take time off. And I
Yeah.
think one of the trends that many companies are seeing is that the percentage of time off has significantly decreased. People feel like, oh, I'm
Mm.
home. I don't
Yeah.
deserve to take time off. If I take time off, I'm compelled to go check my computer and see what I'm missing. And that's really not the case for our mental well-being. We need to have that time off. So forcing people to do things, to take time off, to step away from their computer. At DailyPay, we hired a company called Bell Fitness to do virtual personal training to
Mm,
force us to exercise and to get that sense of
yeah.
mental well-being as well
Yeah.
as physical fitness. And it's been fantastic.
That's really, really important. And, keeping our mental mindset strong. It's true. And it's hard not to keep going back to the computer. But I want to thank you so much for coming on Wake Up with Marci and giving such invaluable insight as to what's to come and get us thinking.
Yeah, thanks, Marci. I enjoyed being here.
All right, have a wonderful day. We'll see you
Thanks,
soon.
you too.
Bye.
Bye.